Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and I want to show you how to finish off these wood clasps. These are really popular and trending right now, and it's a different type of clasp. It hooks like that, and it has this really nice chunky look, and you're able to do a nice multi-strand, rather thick bracelet with them. This is a Walk in the Forest bracelet by one of our designers, Megan, and she uses wood clasp, and it really conveys a very nice earthy look to it. And you'll notice that it has 5 holes drilled on each side, which allows you to do a 5-strand bracelet, and actually the holes are wide enough you could fit multiple strands of beading wire or stretch cord through those holes and make it a bracelet with even more strands. You could even do 10 or 15 if you wanted to, and if your beads would allow. So this is what it looks like finished, and you can see she's attached all the beading wire and has it finished off and secured on the other side of the clasp so that the front side is really nice and polished. So here is a clasp, just how it will arrive. You got 2 pieces to it, each with 5 holes, and they are drilled to the opposite side with this nice well right here. And there's 2 really easy ways of finishing this. First is going to be using beading wire and crimp beads. So I picked up some soft flex green beading wire. I just wanted it to show up really well on camera here. So I'm just going to cut it with my flush cutters, and I'm going to string it through one of the holes. And then I'm going to take a crimp tube. Use a tube or a bead. I just really prefer crimp tubes in general. I'm going to take that same wire that's been put through the hole and put it through my crimp tube. So I make a loop and pull. And now what I'm going to do is, instead of using crimping pliers, I'm just going to use a chain nose plier, and I'm just going to smoosh that crimp bead like so. And that is nice and secure, and then I can just trim my wire. And you'll see that crimp bead, which has been flattened, is going to prevent the wire from pulling through, and then you can just go ahead, string your beads as normal, and do that to the other side as well. You might be asking, why am I using just a chain nose plier and not a crimping plier? It's because when you get to the other side, which you'll see that Megan did here, and you've got all your beads on here, you're not going to have as much leeway like I did, where I was able to pull this out of the clasp and secure it. You're going to be working within this well, and it's just a lot easier to just be able to smoosh it like this, tight up there, versus using a crimping plier. It's too hard to get the crimping plier in there and then still have your beads be nice and tight and not too loose. So that is one way of securing a stringing material to this clasp, and I want to show you the second way. The second way is going to be with some stretch cord. I have Opelon right here. You could also use Stretch Magic, but I really like Opelon best. So I'm going to take a length of my Opelon, cut it. I'm going to string it through one of the holes. And now I'm going to take a seed bead, and this is an 11-0 Toho. And these were just some beads I had around. No need to purchase other specific beads for this project. Just use whatever you've got. Just make sure that whatever stretch material you're using will fit into your bead. You might have to go up to like a 10-0 bead or an 8-0. It doesn't really matter. So I've got that bead on there. I'm now just going to loop around and make an overhand knot and trap the bead within the knot like so. And now I'm going to do 3 more. 1, and pulling it tight each time. 2, 3. Okay. If you have some glue, such as GS Hypo Cement or another glue, you might just want to put a little dab of glue on that knot just for extra security. But you'll see what I'm doing here is that bead stops the stretch cord from pulling through the hole, and it also hides the knot. So it gives you a really nice finished look. And then you would just string your beads and repeat that process on the other side. Those are 2 really easy, quick ways of finishing off your stringing material when you're using one of these new wood buckle clasps. You can find them along with all the stringing materials and beads you might need at Beadaholique.com.